Godspeed, the year of Jubilee, the wide world o'er. When from their galling chains set free, thy oppressed shall vilely bend the knee, and wear the yoke of tyranny, like brutes no more. That year will come, and freedom's reign, to man his plundered rights again restore. This was the last thing said by Frederick Douglass when he gave his infamous speech, What to the Slave is the 4th of July. Well, kind of. This was the start of the last thing. This is an excerpt from the poem written by William Lloyd Garrison in 1845. It's actually pretty interesting, in my opinion, that he would use somebody else's. And I mean, don't get me wrong, this is an amazing excerpt. This is my favorite part of that poem. But I mean, come on. End on your own words, Fred. Still, it was moving and it was amazing. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Better History. My name is Logan, and today we are talking about Frederick Douglass's speech in the letter that he sent to Harriet Tubman. Let's get started. Let's not waste any more time talking. So this speech, What to the Slave is the 4th of July, was performed by Frederick Douglass on July 5th of 1852, the day after Independence Day. As we all should know, July 4th is Independence Day, or as a lot of people like to call it, 4th of July. And he delivered this on July 5th to show how much July 4th really means to the black men and women and children of America. It means absolutely nothing. Douglass delivered this speech to the Anti-Slavery Society of Rochester, New York, and it's a ladies' anti-slavery society. I don't know if that's important or not, but, ladies. Awesomeness. He delivered this on, it's the meaning and significance, that's the meaning of it is the significance of the 4th of July to a slave. And he gave this before a predominantly, which means mainly, white audience. He explained why the 4th of July was not a holiday celebrated by slaves, former slaves, and their descendants. And Douglass said that this day was a time of mourning instead of a time of celebration for the black community. They would mourn their families, their friends, and everybody that had experienced slavery firsthand. And that July 4th constantly reminded the black community of the unfulfilled promises of liberty and equality in the Declaration of Independence. This appeal to the power and promise of the Declaration was a continuing theme of African American struggle for civil rights into the 1960s, where you'll see segregation, Martin Luther King, his sad assassination, which we might get into later. Anyway, now that we got that done, let's move on to Frederick Douglass's letter to Harriet Tubman. Okay, so Frederick Douglass's letter to Harriet Tubman, which was written to be included in her biography, is a testament to her courage and resilience in the face of slavery, highlighting her work in the Underground Railroad and the perils she faced. So, a lot of people, at least people that I talk to, think that Harriet asked Frederick to write her a letter to put in her biography. So she wrote to him, and she's like, yo, can you write me a letter real quick, being nice to me, and, saying all these good things about me, and put it in my biography. That actually didn't happen. On August 29th of 1868, Frederick wrote Harriet Tubman a letter requesting that he write her another letter showing her significance in the whole abolitionist movement to put in her biography. So Frederick actually wanted to write her a letter showing her significance. Frederick's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. In this letter, Frederick wrote, quote, "It is a great pleasure and a great privilege to bear testimony to your character and your works, and to those to whom it may come, that I regard you in every way truthful and trustworthy." I believe that he ended this letter in this specific way so that people would actually understand how trustful and truthful Harriet was. Now, it's hard to find back then people you're able to trust of color. It's a sad thing that nobody trusted any black people. Only black people trusted black people. You had some. You had John Brown. You had William Lloyd Garrison. We'll get an episode on him eventually, hopefully. But yeah, so having someone write that to you, like, here, put this in your biography. I regard you in every way truthful and trustworthy. I mean, that's got to be nice. That's never happened to me. So yeah, that's why I think he ended that letter, to really show people how trustful she is. Douglas expresses deep admiration for Tubman's courage and devotion to freedom, acknowledging her heroism, and stating his need for her words more than she needs his. He also emphasizes that the importance of education in the fight against oppression and highlights the crucial role it plays in achieving true equality. This is probably one of my favorite episodes too. I know it's short. I try to make them as short as I can with as much information. And if you want more information, let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. But next week we will be doing an episode on Harriet Tubman, which might be a little bit longer. She had a very interesting life, and I think that'd be a fun episode to do. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. And yeah, next week we'll be looking at Harriet Tubman, so make sure to tune in for that. Day or night, have a good one. See ya.